Good evening and welcome to tonight's Total Nonstop Racing broadcast on the Tabletop Trio Podcast Network. It's the Weltz Clothing 188 here from the famed Daytona International Speedway. Joining me in the booth, as always, is Joe. I am Bob. And Joe, tonight's race is going to be wild.
Absolutely. It's Daytona night, man.
And that is exactly what these drivers are all doing. The nerves, the excitement, the eye rolling as well, I am sure. It's all here tonight here at Daytona. And the one thing that sets TNR apart from any other league is the fact that we have group qualifying here at super speedways. So you're going to see drivers get in single car lines. They're not really going to race side by side here, but they're going to use each other, kind of like you see Adam Stewart there in the weltzclothing.com machine, using other cars as slingshots almost to help them get around other cars and really use the run to try to pick things up. And that's going to be so cool to see.
Looking great out here. They've been practicing for a while. We've been watching these guys warming up. It's going to be, we're in for a good one.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is, we see in practice all the time, people are going to crash, people are going to wreck. But better to get that out during practice than it is during the race. And, you know, maybe you could be a little more aggressive, say, okay, I can absolutely all out push this car for 2 laps before my engine grenades. You can use that to know, okay, last lap, I'm just going to push the guy and lock onto his bumper the entire lap. And if I blow up after the checkered flag, it's not anything I can do.
Right. That's next week's problem.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of fast cars out there. Jason Shue so far, P1 in a practice with that number 3 Dale Jarrett Ford Quality Service machine. Love that paint scheme. Or late 90s paint scheme.
Looks like there's a lot of new schemes out here for Daytona. I guess a lot of people wanted to change it up.
Yeah, just trying to see what they could do. A lot of new drivers out there as well on the racetrack. One of the newbies is here in the number 95 Weltz Clothing Tide inspired paint scheme. That's Jax Matthews in the number 95 car.
It's such a cool paint scheme.
I love it. And I love when, you know, sponsors are, you know, willing to kind of maybe shirk their normal branding for something, and just seeing, you know, how Weltz goes in and, you know, adapts their branding to match the old Tide paint scheme. That's so cool to see.
Very fitting for a clothing company.
Honestly, it is. Another newcomer, another Weltz Clothing driver, is the 75 of Charlie Childress. He is new here to TNR. First race tonight, getting pushed by another newbie in Jackson Fanstock. Love the old Kodak paint.
Yeah, it reminds me, that brings me all the way back to like NASCAR 99.
Right? And there are actually 35 cars who have joined in now. So everyone makes the field, but man, 35 cars at Daytona is going to be crazy.
Crazy fun.
Yes. There's a 62 of Ray Payne. Martin Plute running the top side. Plute just kind of logging laps there, not really trying to put any qualifying effort in. And oh, trouble. 31 of Corey Hutchinson gets into him.
Get him out early, Bob.
Yeah, let him wreck now. Wreck now. This way we're not wrecking during the race.
Oh, I was talking about your curse.
Okay, that too.
But yes.
There is the 4 of Adam Stewart, tonight's sponsor. Make sure you check him out online, weltzclothing.com. Some great stuff. Actually, wearing my Weltz hat that I picked up right now. I gotta say, the tank tops have been clutch. They're so comfy for the summer. It's fantastic. Minazzi Major goes P1 on the board. Chris Darling in second. John White in the chat saying, hey, shout out and happy birthday, Quentin Sylvia. Quentin Sylvia out there. Currently running P15. There he is. Celebrating a birthday, so hopefully he'll have a good race tonight as the birthday gift.
A birthday podium would be nice.
Right? There's Justin Malillo trying to get some practice getting onto pit road. Looking like he should be okay on speed. And, well, Joe, just like that, that'll bring up our qualifying results. Man, I love Daytona. I'm excited to see how this race is going to go. So let's take a look at the starting lineup for tonight's WeltzClothing.com 188 here at Daytona. On the pole is the 82 machine of Minazzi Major, and on his outside is Chris Darling. Row number 2 is Ray Payne alongside Jax Matthews. Starting on row number 3 is Ryan Newman alongside Shane Ewing. Row number 4 is Brennan Bookwald and Jamar Dumas. Rounding out the top 10 tonight is the 4 of Adam Stewart alongside the 18 of Bryce Hedgecock.
In row 6, we got DJ McAteer and Sean Cox. P13, Martin Plute. P14, Adam Boislard. We got P15, we have Quentin Sylvia and Scott Leonard on the outside. Row 9, we have Philip Scott and Mark McFadden. And rounding out the 10 row is Steve Bovacqua and Justin Malillo.
In row number 11 is Tim Branson alongside Jason Shue. Row 12, we see Tyler Cadd alongside Charlie Childress. Row 13 is Justin Fainstock and Corey Hutchinson in P26. In 27th starts Ethan Amberg alongside Ace House in row number 14. And row number 15, we see Matt Allen and William Ratcliffe.
Row 16, we have Jeff Dillon and Joshua Vincent. Row 17, we have Eric Jeffrey and Stan Hausman. And rounding out the pack, we have Joey Barrett in row 18.
So that is our starting lineup for tonight's WeltzClothing.com 188. And this is going to be one heck of a race.
Big old gaggle of cars out here.
So the field getting ready, 35 cars out tonight. "75 laps. The field can go about 40-ish on fuel. So looking like a one stop tonight, but you got to run as long as you can. Should there be yellows, that will also throw some things in the mix as well. So that's going to be a good time here to be had by all. But the pace car pulls off, field into the restart zone. Green flag is in the air, and we're underway here at Daytona for the WeltzClothing.com 188. And everyone minding their P's and Q's as the field drives off into turn number 1, trying to get up to speed.
Very interesting. The top 10 is not the normal season top 10.
No, and that, I think, is what makes Super Speedway such a crapshoot. Because coming into tonight, you know, if we look at the championship top 5, our points leader, Ryan Shelton, not racing this week, nor is he racing next week. Adam Boylard is P14, Philip Scott 17th, Ethan Amberg 28th, Bryce Hedgecock in 11th. So, I mean, this is just the big, you know, it's like you're in Vegas sitting at the, sitting at the poker table, and it's just a big card shuffler.
Does look that way. It is not your normal, typical to see starting lineup that we've been having this season, but that also just makes it that much more exciting.
Yes. And I think that's what, you know, is going to, that's what makes Daytona and Talladega and even Atlanta that's what makes that special, where anyone has a chance to win. It doesn't matter if you're, you know, someone who's normally like a mid-pack guy or someone who just kind of logs laps and says, oh, hey guys, what's happening? I'll join you guys in a few minutes.
Yeah. Oh.
And a couple of cars going around. Big wreck behind. Somehow there's the yellow. That I swear, Barney the Flagman must be a little late on the button, because man, everyone was
happening there
already wrecking in sideways by the time that yellow came out. Let's take a look to see what happened. Let's watch around this 15 car of Ryan Newman. Looked like, oh, the 62 cut up in front of the 26. And around everyone went. And this is one of those where no one, I mean, the 88 was spinning, the 99 is there, the 36 is there, but I mean, everyone was so spread out and wrecking off the track. iRacing didn't really know what to do when it threw that yellow.
Yeah. It's like, well, nothing's really now. There's
yeah, it's like nothing. All right, we're good. We're good. And oh, now the yellow when the cars are coming back on the track. Got it.
Yeah.
So tough break there. Let's go one more time, take a look to see what happened. Let's jump on board with the 15 of Ryan Newman here. Just a bad block and oh, there's Adam Boylard. Oh,
Boysler just oof.
Yeah, I do want to go back on board with the 06 and watch this.
I'm safe.
And
I'm safe. I'm not safe.
Oh man. That was something else. Another driver who had some real bad luck is one of our championship contenders, Philip Scott. Oh, someone went airborne up ahead.
Oh boy.
Did not see who that was. Looks like Philip Scott also had to jump back to the pits.
Yeah, I noticed he got the meatball flag.
The car is coming together. And, oh, hard hit there.
Nope.
Was the 62, looked like a Ray Payne.
Yeah, hop the curb. I didn't know there was a curb over there.
I don't think iRacing even knew there was a curb there. Couple of sliding there across the exit out of the road course, and then whoop.
I'm sure that's going to make the suspension happy.
Right. So plenty of chaos here in the opening lap of the race. Field working the first yellow. There are currently, let's see how many cars are currently on pit road. You see all of them there, but Chris Starling, Ray Payne, Jax Matthews, Brennan Bookwald, Adam Stewart, fixing some damage. Bryce Hedgecock, Sean Cox, and Philip Scott all down on pit road getting some damage fixed.
Yeah. Well, looks like we lost 2. Oh, yep, out of the pits. Okay, still 6 in the pits. I guess we got to see who may be done, but hopefully nobody. It didn't look like there was any too much damage. I saw somebody clip the wall, but at that point it was so far that you had a pretty decent amount of time to brake.
Yeah, and too with that as well, it's one of those where, you know, if a driver does get some damage, as long as they can stay in the pack, they should be fine. Leading a line is going to be an issue, but just staying in the pack and staying in that draft, they should be okay as long as they don't lose the draft.
You kind of just hope for another caution that you're not in, so you can go down, duck into the pits, and get some more damage fixed.
But before the whole melee, Nick had commented the Sloth Motorsport with a good showing of the 28 and the 24, both DJ McAteer currently in P2, and Jamar Dumas got caught up in that incident back in 20th. See Kyle Cern saying, look out for the 18, 88, and 42 to get linked up. The Intentional Wreck podcast boys are going to go. And Guilty Spark says, Car 15's livery is straight fire. Literally can't mention a driver without jinxing them. I'm done. Good to see the broadcaster's curse continues, Luke.
I guess it works its way down to the chat comments as well.
See, I'm just not allowed to say a driver's having a good race.
Yeah, that's really... Or the opposite. You're not allowed to say that the driver has just been minding their business. That also makes them wreck out.
Apparently.
You're like 2 for 2. It's been a quiet race. Oh, he crashed.
So with that being said, the pace car pulls off and the field goes back to green. Minazzi Major gets a huge jump on the 24 of DJ McAteer. And here comes Adam Boylard jumping into the rush as well, all over the back bumper of the 82. Field getting up to speed. And it looks like they're starting to come together with, or separate a little bit here with the pack. Certainly one main pack, and then everyone else just kind of coming together. Oh, looks like an issue. There's one car off the pace. That's the 46 of Matt Allen. He just kind of pulled up to get out of the way. And he's actually going to look like he's going to try to link up with the second group. That's Quentin Sylvia back in 29th. And, well, there they are. The 42, the 88, the 15, or the 18, rather, plus the 96. Intentional Wreck podcast team linking up. Then Matt Allen sticks with them. They're just kind of running in the back saying, all right, guys, I don't want another melee here at the start of the race. On board here with Justin Melillo in the iRacing Ford.
Positions.
Yeah, and this is one of those races where, you know, it's so easy to do that, to jump up, move up in spots. Everyone's kind of pretty close together.
Yeah.
With that, Corey Hutchinson just going P1 on the speed chart for fastest lap of the race. Pit windows, roughly 40 laps, depending on how hard you push. I think right now a lot of these drivers, if I'm Minazzi Major, I'm full throttle. maybe I'm
Yeah.
about 90% throttle. But if I'm in the back there, if I'm like Eric Jeffrey, even if I'm someone like Martin Plute, I'm probably sitting there and probably about 75% throttle right now. Just to try to save as much fuel as I can.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. We got a lot of race to go. How fast do you want to move up? And then, also, the faster you move up, the more you're going to get in people. And, well, we've already had one caution. So.
Exactly. And I mean, you heard right there, the 81 lift completely out of the throttle. Sounded like he was going into a corner at 1.5 miles, where he just got completely out of the throttle, wants to maintain that, gap. And it looks like there's one driver on pit road, Jamar Dumas.
Yeah, I think he had an issue. I think
Yeah, Jamar Dumas with the meatball flag.
Yeah, he crashed. Last I looked, he was missing a hood.
Yeah, it looks like there was an issue here. Let's see what happened. Oh, bad bump. Oh. Not only did he have a... Oh, man, he had no go. He was flooring it, but the car just didn't want to go.
Yeah.
Let's take one more look at that.
2 bad bumps.
Big checkup, and Scott Leonard just into him hard.
Nope.
Oh,
The sound of your engine exploded.
And you just cannot see. So tough break there for Jamar Dumas. So I think that's 2 guys that Luke / Sloth Motorsports had mentioned were having a good race. And so, Luke, I just don't think you're allowed to mention anyone anymore.
Just never type the words, everyone seems to be having a good race.
Fine. The entire field is having a great race. Just going to hedge my bets and say everyone is jinxed now.
That's it. That we're gonna have the whole race is not gonna finish. It's gonna be a 33-car pileup.
So an interesting trend that we're seeing right now. If you take a look at the track map here, there are 3 distinct gaggles of cars now. You have this first group that goes from first place all the way down to 21st in William Ratcliffe. You have Scott Leonard leading the second group of cars, as looks like the 18's given a meatball flag. What happened there? What happened to the 18? Did the 18 blink out and have connection issues? Looks like he might have. So that just goes from bad to worse there for the Intentional Wreck podcast drivers, as they were in their own little kind of bubble. Adam Stewart there by himself. We have the 88 and the rest of the Intentional Wreck drivers currently in 28th and 29th. That's Cox and Sylvia. Chris Darling all by himself. The 18 of Hedgecock having issues on pit road. So everyone just kind of off in their own thing, but up front, Major still leads in front of Boilard, and I'm sure Boilard's sitting there saying, you know what? if the 82 wants to keep leading, I'll sit here and I'll save fuel and let him have to pit in a lap or two before I do.
Yeah, sound strategy, right? But at the same time, you're leading those laps, you're getting those points.
Yeah, here's Shane Ewing 3 wide.
I believe at least a few laps ago, he did set the fastest lap. I don't know if that is still the case.
I believe now Brennan Bookwald might be... No. I think you might be right. On board here with the 32 of Ewing. Just a little bit before halfway on fuel. These cars are sitting at 100% fuel, so whatever a normal O'Reilly Series car would run, that's what these cars would run as well. And this is one of those where if I'm someone like Shane, I'm just kind of sitting here saying, all right, let's just kind of roll. And the outside line making a little bit of a push now.
Yeah, I was going to say, so far in this race, the outside line really hasn't done much. Everyone seems to want to stick to the inside.
And I think part of that is because of the big one on lap 2. Part of it might just be, all right, guys, look, we're 18 laps into a 75 lap race. You know, that's probably a combination of drivers just saying, all right, we understand that was kind of dumb to happen that early on in the run. Let's just kind of calm down and ride, and then let's wreck later in the race.
Don't put the carriage before the horse kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, let's save ourselves now so we can wreck later, basically. So this first car pack here, the 21 car field. Then we're going to have to go about 6 seconds back from William Ratcliffe to Stan Hausman, who's leading in a very cool Highline diecast Richard Petty paint scheme. And the best bet is for these 5 drivers, just stay in line, just push. Stay in line, don't race, kind of run your laps. Hope the cars up front all have issues. Hopefully they get side by side, slow each other down. Because if we're going to, you know, compare these laps, as looks like Scott Leonard is going to the pits. Let's see what happened to him. Looks like
he jumped to the pits. I wonder if he had a connection issue.
Very well could have. So let's see here. That time by Stan Hausman did a 48.34. The leaders did a 48.6. So they are catching 0.3 a lap because these guys are much more formed up. They're able to follow in line. Meanwhile, this front pack's a little more chaotic. They're side by side trying to make moves. The outside line is working their way up. Yes, there's more cars, but still kind of a little more chaotic here.
Yeah, that outside line, though, is working its way up towards the front.
Yeah, Ace House, DJ McAtee are working on it. on the top side. They got Chris Darling here, the lapped car. He was involved on that lap 2 incident.
Yeah, he's got no back bumper. I'm sure that's not going to help with Arrow.
Yes, certainly not. Darling keeps it pinned up against the wall to let the field go by. Now he's going to jump back into things. Or at least he was going to try to, but it looks like he's just going to stay up and out of everyone's way. Tough break for him, too.
Yeah.
Darling started second, and he's currently running back in 29th place. Although he is the first car 1 lap down now, so should a yellow come out, he'll be the first car to get back up on the lead lap. But with that much damage, he's just going to have to hope he can suck up to the draft and stay there. And now the field's kind of gotten into single file for the most part. There's Ryan Newman. Good to see him back up with the front pack, as he was definitely the first victim of the incident where it looked like the 62 kind of pushed up. It just wasn't exactly clear and spun in front of the field. But Ryan Newman there just kind of going along for the ride and gets punted into the grass.
Everyone feels like they are very much minding their P's and Q's currently.
Yeah, and sometimes you just love to see that. Looks like, believe that's Bryce Hedgecock in the chat saying, I blew up. So a tough break there for the 18. Yeah, very tough day there for the 18 and the Intentional Wreck podcast crew.
Yeah, I believe they make an ointment that you could put in the car for early blowing up.
Oh, Jason Shu into the wall. He slides down in front of the field. And we... Oh, maybe we stay together in one piece. We do. For the most part. But that's really going to keep the rest of the field spread out. Now there's a huge gap between the first pack and the second pack.
Did make that original second pack, I believe, able to at least almost, or it looks like it will catch up to the first, now second pack.
Yeah, let's take a look to see what happened there with the 3. He just kind of got maybe a little bit of contact and a little bit of help around. So there's Shu in the blue, red, white car in the 3. He gets into the wall there, 133 and the 22. They all bounce off of one another.
Yeah.
3 gets back into it and, right in front of the 32.
I mean, great recovery.
And all while that's happening, the 62 of Ray Payne just pulls down off the track to let the field go by. Payne now 11 laps down. And while all of that was happening, Justin Melillo jumps to the front.
Oh.
And trouble on the track. A host of cars spinning out of control. Let's take a look to see what happened here. As there was a big old gaggle of cars. Looks like Joey Barrett was involved.
Yeah, but leave just the 16.
Oh, 67 off the nose of the 22. Oh, Tyler Cadd, nowhere for him to go. And then, whoa.
Yeah, that 16 unfortunately got tagged from pretty much all sides on that one.
Yeah, let's take one more look at this one at the 16. So we'll go down in slow motion. You see the 67 come across the nose of the 22. And then right here, you're just hoping, all right, don't come up the track. Okay, he came up the track. And I mean, physics are just going to be what they are. Yeah. And whoa, you're broadside to the field. You get tagged a couple of times. But I mean, we don't hear the dreaded iRacing pop.
That is true.
Let's see what happened to Brennan Buchwald as they're wrecking across the track, and and Buchwald decides to take the Daytona road course. So here comes the field down pit road. And everyone's gonna pit. Second caution of the race. They may not be able, they still probably won't be able to make it as, the 24 and the 06 come together coming onto pit road. So we'll see who wins this race off of pit road. This 52 stopping. Oh, the 50. What in the world is happening there? As Monanzi Major wins the race off of pit road. Jeff Dillon missed his pit box. So that's why he gains 15 spots.
Anything could happen in Daytona.
Man, the chaos continues here. And I mean, that's what happens when you have 35 plus cars on the racetrack, everyone coming down to hit the box at the same time.
Yeah.
Chaos like that is going to happen. So Monanzi Major wins the race off of pit road. Looks like two cars stayed out. That's Adam Stewart and the 19 of Scott Leonard. Those two are going to be taking the wave around. So in theory, that'll put them at least one lap in front of the leaders. As we see there, Adam Stewart giving the wave around as well as the 19. A couple more drivers jumping down onto pit road. Ethan Amberg is there. Jeff Dillon comes down as well. Charlie Childress hitting the pits. DJ McAteer. These drivers all just trying to cram as much fuel as they can. Because right now, Joe, there's 30 laps. This is a 75 lap race. The field can do about 40.
Yeah.
They're all going to need to pit again.
Yeah, we're in that twilight. Man, I wish this happened in 10 laps area.
Yes. It was the I wish this happened 10 laps from now. But at the same time, I'm glad it did now, so maybe we could play some games. Some guys are going to go into extra hard fuel save. Some guys are going to be praying for a caution. Because if the caution comes out, then maybe we can talk about these guys not having to pit.
Right.
But at this point, if we were to go green from here, I just don't see them being able to save 5 full laps on fuel.
Yeah. I don't think so. Though, I mean, we've seen crazy things in this league, but I don't know.
So with that, the pace car pulls off the field once again under the command of Benazzi Major. Into the restart zone they go. Green flag is in the air. And we're back rolling yet again. Field getting back up to speed. Tyler Catt already off the pace. Looks like he just was not able to catch back up to the field.
Yeah, unfortunate.
It looks like the Sloth Motorsports guys are saying that they're about a lap and a half short as of right now. So maybe they won't need to pit and they'll just have to save and just kind of run towards the back and draft. So we'll see. I mean, right now, DJ McAteer currently right there in the Kyle Busch-inspired tribute, number 24. Currently running in the 18th position, but I mean, he is right in the mix of where you would want to be if you're trying to save fuel.
Yeah.
Cars in front of you, cars behind you. Yeah, pretty big gaggle of cars in front of you too, so you can just kind of sit there and coast about 75% throttle and hang out for a little bit. Meanwhile, up front, Corey Hutchinson rather, leads that lap. And another rookie, Jackson Fainstock, he is now in front. Hutchinson goes down to side draft, trying to hold that inside line down and hold them back. And I think the best way to describe side drafting is when you're riding in the right lane and a semi-truck comes flying by you down the highway and you almost feel like your car slows down and like almost hits a wall of air. That's because that semi-truck came flying in and is pushing so much more air off the front of the car, even at highway speeds, and dumps it onto your car and you slow down a little bit. That's what these guys are doing, but at 185 miles an hour.
You know, tomato.
So that's why you'll see, you know, as this race goes on, that outside line and the inside line both are going to, you know, try to come up real close to one another side by side and then pull away and just throw all the air from the front of your car onto the guy next to you, and that's going to slow them down and give you a little bit more of an advantage. But that only works if you're not getting pushed at the same time, because if you're getting pushed and you do that, you roll off the front of the car, you're sideways, and there goes everyone's race. Tyler Catt there coming off of pit road. There's Major jumping to the top side. He's going to try to take that run from Eric Jeffrey. Jeffrey getting a huge push there from the 39 of Stan Hausman. On board here with Minanzi Major. Getting a good push from the 133. Going down to side draft with the 61 a little bit. You can see this pack mostly nose to tail here, or at least side by side, all kind of formed up. And I think the reason they're side by side and even like this is everyone's trying to save as much as they can. Because right now, if the yellow were to come out, they'd jump down pit road, they'd be able to make it no problem. But the field doesn't want a yellow. As much as they do, I know they don't. Oh, and they almost get their wish as Steve Bivacqua down below the yellow line. Let's see what happened there to the 36. Oh, a little bit of a checkup there, and the 36 jumps out, and oh, trouble on the racetrack as we're looking at this. Martin Plute and a couple of other drivers had to take some evasive maneuvers down pit road. Joey Barrett as well. Let's take a look to see what happened here. There's the 92 of Tim Branson. Oh, the 95 caught the wall into the 61. Or 67, rather. What in the world happened there? Oh, the two Weltz drivers came together, the 95 and the 4. How did that happen? Looked like the 95 was already a little bit higher on the track and in the wall. And then he and the 4... Adam Stewart there as well in the mix. Just not a great day if I'm the Weltz clothing team. Just a couple of just bad luck involved in other people's incidents there.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunate. I think Luke hit the pits at like full speed.
Yeah, and I mean that's one thing you're allowed to do if you're, you know, if you're evading pit road, you're more than welcome to do that. So some drivers taking fuel only, some guys taking 2, others taking 4. I mean, you have them, why not? And there's some that are gambling. Stan Hausman, DJ McAteer, Charlie Childress, those 3 drivers, last pit on lap 30. Hausman on 29, so it's going to be interesting to see now if these top 3 think they can make it the rest of the way.
Either that or they're thinking there's going to be another caution.
That is true too. And don't forget, DJ is about a lap and a half short prior to this yellow. I think this yellow might have actually made it so he could make it.
Yeah.
So we'll see here what happens. As looks like Adam Stewart might be ducking onto pit road. I think he tried to stay out and take the wave around, but he's going to go in and get some damage fixed. Chris Darling is the lucky dog. So he's going to get his lap back, and now we'll re-rack and do this one all over again. If you like what you see, make sure you make sure you subscribe to the Tabletop Trio YouTube channel here. Broadcasting the Total Nonstop Racing League every Monday night, right around 8:30. And very soon the podcast is coming back. Got some special things planned for the return of the Tabletop Trio podcast.
Such exciting times.
It's been far too long, let me tell you.
It really has.
So the field looking back from the iRacing pace car. Which I just think is so cool to see. Don't forget, make sure you check out weltzclothing.com. Tonight is the weltzclothing.com 188. They have got some incredible things on their website. Lots of great clothes, hats, sweatshirts, t-shirts. You name it, it's all there. As the pace car pulls off, green flag is in the air. Great jump there from the 39. Everyone stays together. No one really jumping out of line. Here comes DJ McAteer getting a good push from the 82 of Minazzi Major. He may think about jumping down in front of the 39. Instead, he's going to try to hold off both lanes. DJ McAteer to the point. One of the Sloth Motorsports drivers in front of Minazzi Major, then side by side from third on back. Past halfway now. Working lap 43 of 75 here at Daytona. And if you're just tuning in, we've had 3 cautions for a total of 9 laps, 3 lead changes. And some great racing all throughout. A yellow on a lap 2 really jumbled this running order. Now Jackson Fainstock to the point. Jax Matthews in the chat saying, I apologize to anyone I affected there. Had a weird hardware malfunction. The screens just went blank. Such a tough break there. But Joe, I guess that's the virtual equivalent of just something breaking in the car and around it goes.
Absolutely.
Out front, Corey Hutchinson getting a good push from the 61 on the top side. Ryan Newman getting pushed by Ace House. House started P28, currently running in the 3rd position. And he's looking for more. As Tyler Cadd ducks down onto pit road, he does have a meatball. Let's see what happened to the 16. Looks like nothing out of the ordinary. So we'll keep it here. Oh, little bobble there from the 2 of Josiah Vincent. Haven't mentioned him much tonight. Now there's 30 laps to go. Everyone should be able to make it on fuel now. So everyone's going to be a little more aggressive. Allegedly. Up front, Ryan Newman. A couple of Fords on the inside. 3 Fords leading that inside line. Looks like 5 Chevys on the top side from the 61 to the 47, the 2, 36, and 82. And more Chevys are coming. The lone Toyota of Martin Plute in the 81 there. Now these top 3 drivers all pushing out ahead of the field. They just don't want to get too far in front of the field to let the rest of the cars just kind of get a big run and overtake them. Hausman with a little bit of a push. Oh, trouble. Stan Hausman goes around.
Ooh.
Hard lick to the inside wall. We stay green. Let's see what happened to the 39. As it all started right there, he just kind of drifted down below the track. He may have also had a connection issue. And he just clipped the transition between pit wall and the soft wall there.
Yeah, there's no front end of that car left.
What in the world was that?
I think he had to have a steering issue. If I had to guess, he just no steering. He didn't even try to turn the wheel.
Yeah, and you saw there as soon as he had the issue, he ducked out of line, and you saw the flames coming out of the side pipe there, which means he's completely off the gas.
Yeah.
And if I had to bet, that was another equipment issue. Solomon saying that the pace car almost got Montoya'd there. No jet dryers were harmed in the making of that incident. Joe, if you don't know the reference, I will show you after the race.
I'm here for it.
26 laps remaining here. In the Weltz clothing 188. out front. Ryan Newman leads over DJ McAteer, the top side, trying to get some work in. Justin Malillo pushing the 31 of Corey Hutchinson. Field all packed together, 24 laps remaining here at Daytona.
And now we have to see if number 82 could work his way back up into the lead. He has fallen behind a little bit, what with all of the craziness that has happened such far.
And we'll get a little squirrely there, ducking into turn 3.
Nope. McAteer's a little wobbly there.
Yeah, he's getting a huge push from the 14, who may be getting a big push from the 2. And that's the thing, you can always handle a push. But when the pusher is getting pushed, that's one too many.
I saw that in a video once.
Solomon saying, I smell a wreck brewing. And if they're getting a little squirrely here, I tend to agree. Justin Malillo to the point. Here comes Hutchinson around the outside. At least he thought about it. Couldn't quite get clear of the 47. Now Ace House jumps down to the inside line. 4-car breakaway out front. Steve Bivacqua trying. Now Manazzi Major ducks down to the inside, and that outside line momentum is starting to drain. Oh, the 61 of Feinstock has a bit of a connection issue, and a couple of guys going crazy. There's the 15 of Ryan Newman down below. Can he get it saved and straightened out? Yes, with an asterisk. Yes, we're good.
Yeah. Yes, slower.
Yes.
That was a lowercase yes.
Lowercase and small.
Yeah.
So with that, a 3-car breakaway out front. And that second pack is definitely going to catch up to them. They're a little too far out to do much. Solomon says, man, what a tease. The second group here is where this this energy is going to come from. They're there. They've caught the 3 cars. I don't know if that outside line is going to have enough cars to really be able to do much.
Yeah. The outside seems like they get some momentum going, and then everyone kind of bails back in to the bottom line, and then there goes they fall behind a little bit, and then rinse and repeat, and that seems to be what's been happening over and over.
Yeah, and that's that's one of those things where again we're probably going to see that here, where they've got a pretty good grouping. They're nose to tail. They're working well together. They're able to make up a little bit of ground, but I mean, as soon as a spot opens up down below, you just kind of log in, and it's almost like conveyor belt racing. And as we say that, Ethan Amberg, fastest lap of the race. Amberg back in 19th.
So Malillo cut back down. No. Don't you pass me.
Yeah, and unlike most other tracks on the series, that yellow line is a no-no zone. You cannot pass and advance your position under that yellow line. And if you're forced down there, if you're trying to save the car, that's one thing, but a driver can't just go down onto the flat part of the racetrack and try to pass somebody. On board here with the 53 of Justin Malillo. Big push from the 31. Here comes Josiah Vincent on the outside. He's going to slot in front of the 61. A little bit of a block from the 31. And now here comes Vincent getting pushed as, Tim Branson given a black flag. Looks like he may have gotten the flag for incident points. As we see Branson there in the black and white car. The AEW colors. Now he's stuck on the top. He's going to have to wait to get down to the bottom before serving the penalty. And that is the one thing TNR has adopted from the Speed Cup Series, where there is an incident limit in the races. I believe it's 14 incident points, and you're given a black flag. And if you get more past that, there are other penalties, such as, starting the race from the pits, starting the race in last, regardless of where you're qualifying.
That's an interesting way to do it.
And I think it's there to...
Or else.
Say again?
Race clean or else.
Yeah. And it's there to literally do that, to incentivize clean driving, to punish people who, I'm not going to say are, would be dirty driving or anything like that. I mean, we've seen it, here where you just get caught up in too many incidents and nothing of your own doing, but it's still a bit of an issue. We're 3 wide here. Bit of a sandwich. Yeah. Ace House in a really tough position here.
Yeah.
Now, where does the pack go? They're going to stick with the 47. Now that's going to push the 31 out to dry. As he tries to squeeze in contact with Ace House in the 31. They keep it straight, keep it clean. We're still racing. They're still trying to wreck. Ethan Amberg gets into it with the 47.
That is very unfortunate for Ace House.
And that was just just some terrible luck. Looks like fuel is tight for the 24 of DJ McAteer. But with the way they're racing, it might be okay. As it's getting hectic, coming to 13 laps remaining here in the Weltz Clothing 188.
Yeah, these cars are bobbing a little bit more than they were before.
Yeah, and they're trying to do everything they can. Now Malillo looking, trouble. There it is. DJ McAteer around. And on his roof.
He's breakdancing. I'm going to give him 10 for style points.
A tough break. And a yellow flag comes out. What in the world happened there? Let's take a look. Oh, the 61 and the 2, and oh, wild ride for the 24.
I hope you did not have a motion rig, sir.
Let's take a look here to see what the 24 saw. And we'll do it in slow motion here. It looks like the 61 came down to side draft and he caught a lot of the 2. And now they're sideways, and all of a sudden you're fine, you're fine. Oh, you're not fine. And into the wall off the 36, and
Yeah,
oh, that's not, oh, that is not something you want to see.
not the vantage point I want to see. A, behind me, and B, behind me upside down.
But at least he does land on his wheels eventually.
Yeah.
Cars are still flying by.
Yeah.
Let's take a look one more time. This time from the 2 of Josiah Vincent. Yeah, 61 just kind of came down into him, and oh. Somehow the 2 got out. I mean, he's missing his back bumper, but doesn't look like he has a whole lot of damage otherwise. Maybe some left front damage.
Could have definitely been worse.
So we'll see if anyone decides to take the trip down onto pit road. Looks like Quentin Sylvia, Adam Boylard, both down in. As Sylvia misses his box. Oh, it looked like the 42 and the 06 just kind of came together there. Yeah, they're both right next to each other, and they both came in just a little awkwardly there.
Yeah.
Let's take a look one more time to see what happened between the 42 and the 06. So the 42 is leading. The 06 is just behind him. And the issue is the 42 has to pit first.
Yep.
And they just kind of had it coming together. So with that, working our 4th caution. Coming to 10 to go this time by. Solomon says the wreck that we smelled earlier was just in a slow cooker waiting to finish. And yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate here. Field working lap 65, so we'll have roughly a 9 to 10 lap shootout here to call things off. Justin Melillo, our leader. Melillo led 17 laps tonight. Manazzi Major has led 30. And one driver we have not mentioned tonight, this guy, the 88, Sean Cox, started 12th, currently running in 3rd. And he and the Intentional Wreck podcast crew, they kind of started getting decimated there. Hedgecock had the issue earlier in the race. Quentin Sylvia had some issues on pit road. But Cox leading the Intentional Wreck podcast crew currently in P3. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out.
Yeah, absolutely. 9 to go. It's only going to get crazier. Everyone's all stocked up on gas, new tires. What's the worst that could happen?
Right? Let's have some fun. So the pace car pulls off. Field getting ready to restart here. Green flag is out. Melillo on the loud pedal. He's going to jump out in front of Major. Three-car breakaway in front of the 52 of Jeff Dillon. Corey Hutchinson jumps in front of the 3 of Jason Shu. As, some pushing and shoving there for 5th. Dillon now all over the back bumper of Major. Shu to the top side. He's pushing Jeff Dillon, who pushes the 82 of Major. 9 laps remaining here at Daytona. Mark McFadden ducks down onto pit road. Now Major looking to control. Can't quite jump in front of the 53. Here comes Melillo back to the point. Side-by-side racing here at Daytona. At the line, Minazzi Major leads. Big push coming from the 88.
You're really into the bumper.
Melillo jumps up to block the 82. He's going to get a shove. Cox gets a little squirrely there from the 31. That's going to let the outside line lead. As, trouble of 31 involved.
A bunch of people involved now.
Lots of cars around. Childress is into it, as well as the 31 of Corey Hutchinson. Jason Shu in there as well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Shu was having a great race.
Let's take a look to see what happened here with the 31 of Hutchinson. And I think Shu might have gotten an awkward push from the 26. Put him down the track, and then that's where those two came together. Oh, the 29, the 32, and the 70. Man, everyone behind there, just nowhere for them to go. "31 gets airborne."
Well, I hope House is able to clear. Looks so.
Maybe, potentially, and looks, well, there's still another car in front of him. Oh, there's another one coming up. Ace, avoid it. Looks like he's good.
Yep.
Let's jump on board with the 31. I think he had quite a view.
Duh.
Hopefully he's not in VR.
Yeah. Going for a spin cycle on that one.
So back to live action, working caution number 5, and that may not exactly be to overtime yet. As the field crosses the line to begin lap 71 of the 75 lap race. May have a possible 2-lap shootout here, as Scott Leonard is the lucky dog recipient here. I know for me on Thursday in the Speed Cup Series race, my race was not very good. It was great for the first. It was good for the first probably 65 laps, and then it wasn't.
2 for 2 so far on that lead.
Yeah. It turns out I'm not very good with the next gen car. Both series heading to Darlington next week. And in the Speed Cup Series, it's their Winston Cup era throwback race. So I'm driving a 1997 Johnny Benson inspired Cheerios paint scheme. Or in my case, it's Tabletop Trio EOs. Complete with Tabletop Secret popcorn flavor. They also happen to be shaped like D20s.
Is there a snack under each table?
Potentially. So field should be getting the 1 to go this time by. Everyone should be good on fuel. At least in theory.
Yeah, I think at this point, everyone has had ample opportunities to fuel.
Yes. And with this being lap 72, they'll get the green on lap 73. Come around for 74, get the white flag on lap 75. So no overtime yet.
Yeah, another asterisk.
As Charlie Childress is going to the end of the line, looks like he'll be just having... It's one of those things where some drivers are having issues catching up to the field coming off a pit road. So it's easier just to say, all right, just go to the EOL, and this way you're not giving anyone else a black flag for not passing or being passed, etc. So Justin Malilla there, we see him. That fuel gauge looking a little bit low, but seeing as though there's only 3 laps to go, we should be okay. But at the same time, if you're leading, or if you're in the front of the pack and you run out of fuel, that would be disastrous for a lot of drivers. Potentially the final restart here. Pace car pulls off field yet again in control by Justin Melillo. Green flag is out. And we're back underway. A good push there from Jeff Dillon to the back bumper of Minazzi Major. Melillo goes up in front of the 82 to block. That leaves Cox all by himself in the IWP team. Driver. 3-car push to the top. As Minazzi Major getting a huge push from Jeff Dillon. Here comes Dillon to the point. Dillon tries to jump out around Major. Not getting much help there. He's going to have to wait for the 53. White flag is in the air. One more lap around. Major leads over Boilard. Side by side for third between Amberg and Dillon. Big push coming from Melillo. 2 iRacing cars working together. But there are no friends here on the last lap. Boilard pushing the 82 hard. Here comes Boilard to the inside. Now Dillon all over his back bumper. Ethan Amberg looks to go 3 wide.
Yeah, why not?
Big push coming out of turn 4 towards the tri-oval. Adam Boilard looking to hold everyone off. Adam Boilard is going to win the Weltz Clothing 188.
Man, what a finish as several cars are coming through the line, through the grass.
Adam Stewart, one of them. Ray Payne, another. Let's see what happened there. As looks like a push there. The 62, the 46, the 26. Why not slide it through the grass? As look at that. 3rd place out of nowhere. The 22 of Mark McFadden.
What an absolutely crazy finish. Talk about out of nowhere. A Boilard coming in.
Boilard coming in clutch. But man, what a top 3. Adam Boilard gets the win over Jeff Dillon and Mark McFadden, your top 3. Minazzi Major finishes 4th. And while the 06 celebrates, let's take a look at the white flag. What in the world happened? Where was Mark McFadden in all of this? McFadden quietly there in the 2nd place in the top side. Currently in about 5th. He's getting a good push from Ace House. He's all over the back bumper of the 14. Now he lays back, gets a good push again from House. Everyone kind of stacks up. Minazzi Major was leading down the backstretch. Half a lap later, he's in 4th. So right there, Amberg tries to go to the top side. He gets into the wall. That lets the 22 drop down low. He has a massive run. 14, the 82 side draft. That lets McFadden get around him. And McFadden just keeps it pinned to the ground. And that's how he comes home in 3rd. As the field wrecks behind him. But man, what a run, what a finish. That was absolutely incredible.
Absolutely.
So let's see if we can start picking some drivers. To get into the waiting room here. And Joe, I believe you've caught up with our third place finisher, driver of the number 22 machine, Mark McFadden.
Hey, Mark, congratulations on the podium finish. Uh, kind of snuck one in there at the end. Walk us through the last lap or two.
Yeah, well, thanks very much. I'll happily sneak one in here and there if I can do it. Yeah, it was quite a race. Just had to hang in there most of the night. I got the drive-through penalty late in the race there, but while I was just coming out, another yellow come out, so I was able to get up there and just keep my fingers crossed the whole time.
Absolutely. No, there were a handful of cautions out there tonight. I'm not sure if you were in any of them. Uh, how did you kind of work your way around those through the evening?
A whole bunch of patience, lots of luck, and we were able to get this jawbone number 22 Mustang into the podium for my first time on a podium, probably in 5 or 6 years.
We love to see that. Are you going to try to ride this momentum into next week?
I'm always trying to ride the momentum, so this is probably the best momentum I've had for a while. So it's really appreciative of all the broadcasters and everything you guys do for us.
Absolutely. And I'm sure, so before we let you go, if you have any shout outs for us.
I just want to shout out to to everybody in this league for all the hard work they do, and glad that we all got invited to join and having a lot of fun. Also, like to
Absolutely.
and again appreciate all the guys I race with. They've been very patient with the old dude.
Well, absolutely. Well, congratulations again. And hopefully we'll be chatting with you next week.
Yeah, I need more experience in this, so I'm not so nervous in the interviews.
You and me both.
All right, that's Mark McFadden, our third place finisher here tonight at Daytona. And I'm now joined by our second place finisher, driver of the number 52 machine, Jeff Dillon. And Jeff, well, first of all, congratulations on the P2 finish. Man, that was a wild last couple of laps there. Walk us through the your finish.
Well, definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I was just trying to buy my time tonight and ride around the back. You guys probably didn't see me until 15 laps ago, but yeah, I was trying to be smart. The Rex worked out on my side pretty good, and then yeah, I had that run on the leader on the inside there, and I knew the pass for the win's gonna come from the outside, but I had to take that run on the bottom, and so I saw those guys come on the outside. I'm like, yeah, that's the way to go. But hey, got to the bottom and didn't get wrecked and came in second, so I can't complain.
Definitely, and you know it's always so difficult to have that patience where you said you're just kind of riding around, just hanging out, waiting, watching for the wrecks, trying to avoid the wrecks, not be in them. And I mean, just kind of talk a little bit about the patience that you needed just to kind of be able to be there at the end.
Yeah, it's tough back there because at least twice I lost the draft, and if it wasn't for more wrecks happening, I would have been in a lot of trouble. So but yeah, it's just 75 laps doesn't seem like a long time, but with these cars, it seems like they're pretty edgy once you get pushing and getting pushed. So yeah, just try to do my best, take my time. I mean, I wrecked enough on plate races here that hopefully I'll learn my lesson by now. Been doing it for a while, so but yeah, it worked out good. Still feel like I probably maybe move a little bit too soon getting towards the front, but it worked out all right as far as missing the wrecks. And yeah, it's hard back there. I mean, at least everyone else around did a good job of checking up because that's the biggest thing. Even if you see the wreck, you still get ran over, but at least the group I was with, each wreck worked out pretty good. So yeah, just it's years of experience of wrecking enough here to teach you to kind of chill out for a little bit.
Fair enough. And kind of shifting gears now to next week, racing at Darlington. What are your thoughts there? I mean, two very different racetracks, and it's narrow, it's tight, it's going to be a challenge, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a lot of practice for next week. This week wasn't no practice at all. Next week it's gonna be a lot. yeah, hopefully I can just get a top 10. I know speed wise, I'm probably only like a seventh, eighth place car outside of plate racing. So hey, if I can just finish around that spot, that's exactly where I need to be. So yeah, just be smart, race the track, and try to stay off the wall, not tear a car up, and just be smart and hopefully have a good top 10 run.
Fair enough. Well, Jeff, before I let you go, I'm sure you have some shout outs, so let's hear them.
Yeah, definitely. You guys are putting on the broadcasts every week. It's great to look back and get a different point of view. All the admins who deal with everything they have to deal with. They have a lot on their plate, and it's hard running the league. I've been there a lot of times. It's a lot of work. So I appreciate those guys taking the time. And then also shout out to my father. He's dealing with some cancer issues right now. So hopefully he gets feeling a little better. But yeah, I appreciate you guys putting this on, and I'll catch y'all here next week.
Awesome. Well, Jeff, congrats again on the second place finish, and hopefully we'll be chatting with you next week after Darlington.
Sounds good. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
All right. That is Jeff Dillon, our second place finisher here tonight. And I believe, Joe, you've made your way down to Victory Lane to chat with our winner, Adam Boylard.
Hey, Adam, congratulations on the big win. You had some bad luck last week. How's it feel to pick up a win this week?
Yeah, big isn't a strong enough word for that, honestly. I mean, I knew Ryan was going to be here, and my strategy was just like salvage as many points as possible. Super speedways are not my thing. I know they're not Phillips either. He's made that comment several times, but yeah, survived a lap 3 wreck. Phillip and Bryce didn't. That was huge for points. I knew I was gonna. I think as long as I could stay in front of Ethan, things would be looking up. And then second run there, I was just tucked behind Manazzi, just trying to. I think it helped with the end there. I knew when I caught back up, if he was there, I was gonna push him to the front, and then whatever happened happened, and that's kind of exactly what happened. And I definitely owe him around for dumping him there, but had to do what I had to do. And I was telling the other podium guys, I've never won even like a draft match in super speedways, so it feels good to come out on top.
Absolutely. With that crazy race for you, you finished plus 13, so you started 14 here. So I'm sure that makes you feel even better. You start in mid pack, working your way through 5 cautions, each one crazier than the last. How did you kind of work your way through those?
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I was trying to just pole shot it. I was tucked behind. I think it was Steve and Tim in qualifying, and then I realized, oh, I'm gonna be mid pack. It's not a good place to be. And then that lap 3 wreck happened. I luckily avoided it, and it caught up. Like I said, caught up a lot of championship contenders, and then I think I had an incident on pit road, bumped into a car when I was trying to get into my pits. Took me by surprise, but I had a hard time getting my pits. Then I ended up like mid to rear pack. One of the wrecks I got bumped into from behind, pitted to get the damage fixed. Wasn't too bad. And then that big one in the trial, I'm so lucky to get by that. And again, I got the dreaded wheel damage notification, but it was only 13 seconds, so not too bad. And all of a sudden, that last caution, I was 6th, and I was at the top row, and I saw Manazzi in front of me, and I was like, I'm gonna ride that till I can't no more. It just kind of comes at you sometimes. Sometimes you can't force it. You gotta let it come to you, even when it's 5 to go and you're like 5th or 6th row back. It's you can't force it too much, or else you're gonna be the one in the wall.
Yeah, I was wondering. I saw you in the chat asking who was starting on that last restart. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, I was just trying to see who I was timing my jump on. I think I saw I don't remember who was next to me, but I saw him go, and then Justin go, and once I saw the guy next to me go, I was like, all right, my turn. And I think the bottom got checked up there actually on the restart, and we got clear, and Justin wasn't able to come up top. So yeah, it worked out very nicely. I don't think I'll ever have a finish like that again, honestly.
Well, for better or for worse. Before we let you go, I'm sure you got some shout outs for us.
Yeah, shout out you guys in the booth. I cannot wait to watch this one back. And congrats to Jeff and Mark on a solid podium for both of them. Thanks to everyone watching. I hope you had a good time, and we'll see what happens in Darlington next week. Not my favorite track, but hoping to keep the momentum going after a rough couple weeks.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again, and hopefully we will be chatting with you next week.
Thank you. Take care.
All right, that's Adam Boilard, our winner here tonight at Daytona. And man, what a finish, what a race. And let's take a look now at the final results for tonight's race. Adam Boilard gets the win. Before we go through our finishers, let's take a look at some of our awards for the evening. The hard charger goes to Jeff Dillon, who finishes plus 29 from the start of the race. Manazzi Major leads the most laps after starting from the pole, leading 34 circuits, and Ethan Amberg has the fastest lap of 47.517. 12 green flag lead changes with 7 different leaders, 5 cautions for a total of 15 laps. Adam Boilard gets the win over Jeff Dillon and Mark McFadden. Manazzi Major finishes in 4th. Sean Cox comes home in 5th, with Justin Malillo in 6th. Ethan Amberg in 7th. Ace House comes home 8th. Christopher Darling in 9th after being involved in that lap 2 wreck and being the lucky dog, comes home to finish 9th. Brennan Bookwald finishes in 10th. Corey Hutchinson in 11th, with Charlie Childress making his TNR debut, finishing 12th. Tim Branson 13th. William Ratcliffe in 14th, with Shane Ewing 2 laps down in 15th. Scott Leonard 16th. Jason Shue 17th. Matt Allen 18th. Adam Stewart in 19th, driving the WeltzClothing.com machine. Quentin Sylvia in 20th. In 21st is Ray Payne, Martin Plute 22nd, Steve Bavacqua 23rd, Josiah Vincent 24th, Jackson Fainstock, after having a great run earlier, falls back to 25th. DJ McAteer, another driver having a great run early in the race, got caught up in incidents in 26th. Ryan Newman 27th, Eric Jeffrey 28th, Stan Hausman 29th, and Tyler Cadd in 30th. In 31st is Jax Matthews, Joey Barrett 32nd, Bryce Hedgecock 33rd, Jamar Dumas 34th, and Philip Scott rounds out our 35-car field. Wow, what a run, what a race. Fantastic podium, and just, I mean, a huge shout to Jeff Dillon, Mark McFadden. Those guys having a great race, finishing where they need to finish, and just being there at the end. That's the story of super speedways.
Absolutely. It was such a crazy finish. Like I said at the beginning, Daytona always delivers.
That is for sure. Next week, you could join TNR at 8:30 Eastern right here on the Tabletop Trio Podcast Network as we race in Darlington, South Carolina at the Lady in Black, the track 2 tough to tame Darlington Raceway. It is going to be an absolute blast. So make sure you check us out on YouTube right here on the Tabletop Trio Podcast Network next Monday evening right around 8:30. So for one final time, I am Bob.
I'm Joe.
And this has been the Weltz Clothing 188 here at Daytona International Speedway. Have a great night.